Hello, Jessica Yorbricks here, back to another review, and guess what? It happens every 3 weeks, but I am sick again. It seems like since, I guess, 2012, every 3 to 4 weeks I get sick. This one I recovered kind of quicker, and I think I'm recovering much quicker every time I get sick, so that's a good thing. Maybe one day I'll be completely immune and only get sick like once a year. But for now, we're reviewing set number 41050, and it's called Ariel's Amazing Treasures. Of course, it's part of the Disney Princess LEGO line, the system line, not the Duplo line. It has 77 pieces, 1 minifigure, and it retails for $13 in the US. That's right, $13. Not $10, which is what a lot of people were hoping for, because a lot of the Friends sets are $10 that are kind of this size. But now let's take a look at the packaging. So here's the box for the set, and I have to say it's an excellent box. I guess that goes for all the other princess sets too, because they just look fantastic. I haven't seen the Brave set in like real life or anything like that, so I can't really judge that one, but I've seen all the other ones and they just look great. You can see the front right there, very detailed, very nice. And the back, which shows all the little play features and stuff like that, and all the accessories you get. And here's the top, and it just shows Ariel right there. Of course, it does come with an instruction booklet, which is fairly short. It's a very quick build, but still very nice printing in the instruction booklet. I really do like some of these ads. You get some ads for Friends too, and here's a little checklist for the princess sets, which looks really nice. I do really like that. That's in all the other princess sets too. So now let's take a look at the mini doll. So here is the Ariel minifigure, and she is awesome. I actually like this version better than the $30 version. Ariel does come in 2 sets, like I said. There's a $30 version, but that one's different because it has a different torso and different legs. This one actually has an exclusive mold, which is her legs right here, which is a mermaid tail, and that just looks awesome. I'll show you a little bit of a more detailed look on that a little bit later, but for now you can see her little printing on her torso is actually really nice. And on the back of her torso, she has some printing right there. Also, if you look really closely, there's actually a little bit of green printing on the bottom of her torso. That adds effects as she's seen in the movie, so that's really cool. And that right there is actually some really nice printing because it's very, very precise. You just gotta really squint to see it. I'm not sure if it'll show up on the camera or anything like that. That's really, really nice. And for the little part right there, which is the mermaid tail, you can see it's actually a very detailed piece. There's this little tail end right here, which has some ridges and is a different color. And here's the back right there. It does fit on one single stud, which is quite interesting, and so that's really cool. I do really like that piece. And like I said, it is exclusive to this set, so if you want to make some mermaid mini dolls, you just gotta buy probably a couple of these sets, which is good because it's cheap. So you could buy a couple of them and then just use them for some mermaids. And also, her hair is actually really cool. It looks a little bit like Play-Doh in real life, which isn't bad at all because it's a very detailed piece. You can see on the back, it has all these little ridges and stuff to make her hair like extremely detailed, and I do really love that. There's actually a hole on the side right there and a hole on the top to put maybe like some flowers or whatever. And that hair isn't exclusive to the set because it also comes in the other Ariel set, but it still looks really cool. And you can only bend her forward if you want to make her mermaid tail like that, which is how the set shows it. But of course you could actually put her mermaid tail on the opposite side, and then she'll bend backwards, which is still pretty cool. So I do like that. And alas, I know a lot of you guys don't like mini dolls, so you can use the hair on any minifigure, and it's a little bit of a tight fit, but there you go. Her hair is actually a little bit weird on minifigures, but that's because we're so used to seeing that dark cherry, I believe, or dark red hair on minifigures. But still, it's a very detailed hair, and I could see a lot of uses for it because a lot of people do kind of have this hair in this color, in this like kind of really, really kind of medium red color. Or is it medium red? I don't know. You guys know I'm really bad with colors. So it just fits on like that, and so that is really, really cool. And finally, you do get Flounder in this set, which isn't a minifigure or a mini doll, obviously. But you can see the detail on him is absolutely fantastic. He has some very nice facial printing right there, which has lots of different colors. His side, he has his little stripes, which look really, really cool. And his back, his little tail right there, is a different color and some stripes on his side right there. And of course, he has his little fins. And I have to say, this is really well made, and I was actually thinking when I first saw pictures of this, if it would fit on minifigure torsos, and it fits, but it doesn't go all the way. So that kind of sucks. But I don't blame them because he can actually, because of that, he fits on basically any stud like that, and he fits really tight because there's a bottom part right there. So that's really cool. Very detailed mini doll and very detailed flounder. Really love that, and they're both exclusive to the set. And now let's take a look at the set itself. Okay, so here's the structure itself. It's split into 3 parts. You got this part right here, this part right here, and then this part right here. Ooh, and I forgot to put the little trident right there. But there's just this little clip on the front. We'll start with this part. And you could fit the trident, so that's really cool. And it's a little bit too big for Ariel. I'll put it holding, like I'll put Ariel holding it. And you can see right there, it is maybe just a little too big. That's understandable because her father has a huge trident, so it's more made for him, I guess you could say. But of course, there's not a mini doll for him yet. And here's the front. You can see there's some really nice detail with these 2014 pieces right here, which I really do love. You get 2 in the set, and it's actually a really cool piece. It's quite rare because I've seen a lot of cheaper sets in 2014 only have like 1 or 2 of them. But buying like maybe 30 of these in bulk, you could make a really cool structure, maybe as a swamp structure or something like that. So I really do love that piece. There's also this little clam piece, which isn't really a new piece or anything. It's just a little bit uncommon. And there's a little pearl right there, I guess you could say, which is just a stud. I always love that piece, and I don't have much of it, so that's really cool, especially in white for some reason. I don't have a lot of white versions of that piece. There's not really much going on the front right there. There's just these little flowers right here, which I really don't like, to be honest. I'll probably take that off. But there's this little part where you can put Ariel. That makes a little bit of sense right there, so that's not really that bad. And on the back, there's not really any detail except the gates which open and close. You can't close it this way, but you could open it from pushing right there. So they don't really lead to anything because it's obviously just a small little structure, but still, I guess you could say it's the closest thing to a play function in this set, which is kind of sad, but I don't mind too much because you'll see later the pieces are so cool in this set. And then we got this little structure right here. You get this little starfish piece, which I'm not really too fond of, but we're getting a lot of them nowadays, especially like Friends sets, because I know it came in the Friends event calendar. I'm not sure if it was both of them, but I know I have more than one of this piece that I've gotten in the past 2 years or whatever. But there's really not much going on right here. You got this little ocean plant right here. I don't want to say seaweed. I keep on forgetting the name. But you can see the back right there. Nothing really going on right there. And just a little bit of detail right there with this little flower and this little flower piece, which I don't really think the flowers look perfect in this set. I don't really like the inclusion of flowers in this set, but still it's nice to get just a little bit more detail and stuff like that for such a small set. And the last part is this little treasure chest, and it's a really cool structure, even though there's not really much detail going on outside the treasure chest on this little platform. There's just this little flower right here. But if you open the treasure chest, it reveals a few interesting pieces. You get this little sheet music right here, which is the ones that's used for Friends a lot, which is a little bit weird because there is a butterfly on there, which doesn't really make much sense under the sea. But still, it's very nice to get it in this set because it's just really just a throw-in. You get this little jewel in this kind of bluish color, which is nice. And you get golden binoculars, which are fairly new because I know they only come in another 2014 set that I've seen so far. I'm not really sure if that's all it comes in for 2014, but I know it's new for 2014 in this color. And that set's another $10 set, actually another $10 girl set, I guess you could say, because it's a Friends set. I think it's Emma's lifeguard post, and so that's actually really nice to get it in that color, so that's really cool. And so that's it for the set, and now it's the final verdict. Overall, while the build of the set isn't really impressive and the price isn't as good as it could be, I think this is just an exceptional set for the pieces alone. I really love the pieces. I mean, for example, you get 2 new molds that are exclusive to this set, so that's really cool. That's Flounder and Ariel's mermaid tail, which both are excellent. Excellent printing, excellent coloring. I really do love those. And you get some really nice medium lavender pieces, which are this little arch right here, and then these little arches right there. So that's really cool. You get a few of these new 2014 pieces, which you get 2 in the set. Those do come in a few cheaper sets because I believe they do come in an animal pack for Friends. But it's still nice to get them, or at least 2 in a cheap $13 set. I really do wish it was $10 though, because that would be so much better. But still, this is just an exceptional set. Maybe if it was $10, I'd give it an A+, but for the moment being, it is an A. Love the pieces in this set, love the new molds, and I really don't care for the build, but it's just fine the way it is. I mean, it's not like the worst build ever, and I think it's still pretty cool. But yeah, just the pieces alone, and Ariel is an exceptional minifigure. I actually like this version better than the version in the $30 set, so that's saying something. And so yeah, that's it for the set. I would definitely recommend picking it up if you're really into pieces alone. And give it a chance, even if you don't like Friends or whatever because they're too girly. Just pick this up. It's cheap. It's only $13. So I will see you guys later with some more reviews, and peace out. Bye.